Welcome to another video, A Walk with Phil, and today I'm in Palfrey. Palfrey is here in Walsall, and I'm going to have a look around this area because it has been said that it is one of the most deprived areas in the country, is Palfrey. So I thought I'd have a look around and see how deprived or how depressing the area looks like. Hopefully I'm going to be rather surprised by the area. But so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start off here in Bescot Street, and I'm going to take you a walk along some of the roads around here and through Palfrey Park, and make my way back up through Milton Street, where that is the area where mainly a lot of prostitution takes place in the evenings, and finish there and back up to where I started here in Bescot Street. So let's go and check it out. Palfrey here in Walsall appears in the top 5 areas of being in poor, of a deprived area in the national indices of deprivation. And so what I'm going to do is going to have a look around this area today. It's we're just coming up to midday in the afternoon, and I want to have a look, see what kind of area Palfrey is. I've never been around here, but it's one of the things immediately I've heard is that Palfrey is a notorious red light area. So I'm going to show you where this kind of thing happens here in Palfrey. But so far, I've just started here in just where Bescot Street is, just here on the left. I've just come from there, and we're going to take a walk down here towards Palfrey Park. This in Palfrey, house building began around here in about 1853. So that's in common with a lot of the other couple of areas around here where Calmer and the Pleck areas were also being built at very similar times. And this is Spout Lane. At the end of Spout Lane, just here at this junction, it becomes I keep saying Alexander Road, but we've got an Orthodox church down there in Whitehall Road. Not only that, without actually going down there, there was also a church called St Mary and All Saints Church down there, but that's which was opened in 1902, but in 1999, because of poor attendances, it closed down. Villiers Street there, just here on the left. And just here on the corner of Whitehall Road, we've got a little convenience store. Whitehall Road also continues in there, but it's closed off at that end now. This used to be a green space area back in the day. Now, as you can see, we've got apartments built here now. Yeah, this is Alexandra Road now, I believe. A lot of the house building of Palfrey was, when it was first being, rows of stuff first began being laid out and houses being built on them, was around the bottom end of Milton Street and Cobden Street. There was the main areas where house building began. And of course it spread to the rest of the area. Now just ahead of me there is Dale Street, and if you follow the road over here, you can see this was a continuation of Dale Street back in the day. And you've still got all these row of terrace properties dominating the whole length here of this part of Dale Street. There's pretty old terrace properties around these parts. Let's carry on down here. What I want to do as well, is if we go down here, hopefully we'll pick up Palfrey Park along here. And we'll have a look in the park, which by all accounts is quite a lovely park apparently. As you can see by the look of all these properties, they're all like 30s, 20s, 30s council properties when they were built along here. It was in the mid 1800s where this particular road, Alexandra Road, was actually called Love Lane. Yeah, it's called Love Lane, this was, but it was in the 1920s on, I think it was around the early 1920s it got changed to its present name, Alexandra Road. Again, you can see all parking on both sides of the road. Doesn't make it very an easy road to come up and down on. There's Collins Street just there on the left. You can see up there Collins Street looks quite a tidy little street, doesn't it? Look at all those trees up there, eh? Both sides. And it's not as if they're small trees either. Got some height to those. Just look up Alexandra Road, that's where I've just come from. And now we've got Thames Street here. Two parts. There's Thames Street up there, and this is the other part, this small part here, which leads us into Palfrey Park, and this is where I'm going to go. We're going to have a look at what this park is all about. Now, Palfrey Park has been here since 1886. It was a fairly small affair when it first opened back in that day, and then it was in 1924 when it became extended. And we got some iron gates here, metal gates with the name Farley Park across the top, and we've got our welcome board just here. Welcome to Palfrey Park, and underneath we've got one or two different languages. This is the Alexandra Road entrance, and it's got a park opening and closing times. There's always been reports that people shouldn't exactly walk through these parks at night. It's said there's kids with hoodies hanging around here, but that's only what I've read in the newspapers, but things may have changed. Well, in this park we've got some goalposts, we've got a cricket pitch in the distance, then we've got a children's play area here, we've got some keep fix equipment just there on the right. We've also got tennis courts just beyond there, and which is what we got over there. Maybe it's a bit of a cricket pitch over there, I think, isn't it? But it's well laid out. There you go, that's our little journey through the park. Didn't take long. Just coming out to Palfrey Park now. That sign's in a bit of a disgrace, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so this is, what's this place here? This is a creche, nursery. This is where I'm standing outside of Cherries Tree School. Outstanding since 2024. Now, the Palfrey Park, I didn't notice the bandstand, but there is a bandstand in there apparently, and a horse sculpture, a stainless steel one. But never mind, we'll have a look at that next time. It's only just occurred to me, I was meaning to have a look at that, I completely forgot. Now, strangely enough, around this area we've got King Street and Queen Street, Earl Street, Countess Street. Very royally named streets around here, and what I've got is a whole row here of old terrace properties here on my right. Now here we have got Cobden Street now. I'm going to take a walk up Cobden Street, see what we got up here. Again, look at this row of terraced houses, isn't it? Like reminds you of Coronation Street, but it's open there. Look at the whole block running right to the top here. Yeah, you got a plaque up there. Cobden Place, 1895. It places these properties along here. What's up this quiet little area of King Street, eh? Well, again, a continuation of all these old terraced houses. Look, and we got the King Garage here on the left. This is the Mechanical Repair Centre, just there. King Garage. Tucked up a little side street. Looks as though they've got a bit of work going on in there. It's one of these, if you want to use that place, you're going to have to look for it. Right, I'm going to carry on Cobden Street. We've got a right here. You can see all the older properties of Cobden Street. Look, all gone now. You're on the left. They're all far more contemporary now. A lot of the area was, some of the areas around here were demolished in the 1970s to make way for more newer looking houses and townhouses and such like, and there's some more apartments just there ahead on the corner. There's another entrance to the garage we just saw. Now, let's see if we can walk down the road, in the middle of the road. All these pebble dash ones here ahead of me. On the right. I don't know what this one's doing. Is it reversing on there? We'll have a look down where I just come from. She's determined to run me over, that one. The row here is called Highbury Terrace, but sadly there's no date given. I would expect it to be the similar dates of around the 1890s. We've got schools around here. Palfrey Primary School's around here somewhere. I don't know, anybody can tell what the flag is there, look, hanging out the window. What country does that represent? And this here is the, what's this? I don't know what it says there, Bill's Academy? So we've just come along Cobden Street. Now we're on Milton Street here, just to the left, just down here. And ahead of me is Whitmore Road, I believe. Although I'm finding this increasingly annoying as I go around many of these black country areas. There's no street signage. But anyway, we've got Naya Bazaar here, just here on the corner of Whitmore. Now I'm going to make my way up Milton Street. This is another one of the areas, red light areas of Palfrey. And again, this is one of the first areas where major house building was made back in the 1850s. When Palfrey became into existence. So, you know, you've got a lot of these that look as though, these properties here look as though they've got a bit of date to them. We've got the Walsall grocery there and the fruit and veg next door. Well, the fruit and veg next door looks like it's falling down, so I don't think anything is happening there. Here we've got the Palfrey Primary School. It has been here since 1884. And there was two parts of the school, because at the front here we had the girls and the infants, and in Sun Street behind here, in Sun Street, it was the boys. But in 1957, that all changed when they built other schools around here, and it was just all the infants. The infants was in Sun Street, and all the juniors were here in this part of the school building. I'll just take you across here and just show you what it looks like from over the road. But over the years, a lot of these old schools here have all been are beginning to be demolished now, and you won't be seeing many of these in the next 20 years or so. Hopefully they'll keep them going because they still serve a purpose, and architecturally they look extremely well made. But you know, with the amount of children now, maybe they decide, maybe they're thinking these places might be a bit too small. We've got some nice ironwork there, just saying welcome. Yeah, so there we go. There's the primary school. The road, just show you that one there. Aisha's. They do grocery, and it's a little warehouse. Look, cigarettes it's got, and all kinds of drinks and plastic toys. It's got a little bit of hardware as well, I believe. Now, what we got here? We got I don't know why you say that, but it says it's mocktails and cakes, Chabos. There's a jeweller shop, and your halal meat, fruit and veg here. This is the thing, and it's been mentioned on my comment sections before. Who has all this fruit and veg? So many fruit and veg stalls around these parts, and yeah, it's you'd think we'd all be super healthy, wouldn't you? Ahmed's Takeaway there on Rossman Street. Before the 1840s, a lot of this area of Norton Street was called Stank Street, apparently. So what else we got here? Look, you can see these very old houses now here, can't you? And we got a Lyco Mobile and a general store with a hairstylist and barbers next door. And this one here is a vape and a mini market. Look at all this fruit and veg here outside. Look at these watermelons, eh? Whoppers. It's on the corners of some of these streets where you do have some red light activity. This is Bippin's Newsagents and estate agents. Oh look, more fruit and veg just over there. Oh, and some more fruit and veg this side as well. And there's his Bash's Hair Salon. There's a pub there called the Bradford Arms. Now, is that still trading? It looks to me like a 1920s, 30s building, the Bradford Arms. There was a plaque just up there, but it's been painted over, so we can't give a name of the terrace or the date of when it was built. And what else we got? Just here we got Marianne Textiles. And there is the other part of school just lying back here. It used to be mainly Sun Street down there, but a lot of the Sun Street has disappeared. So yeah, Sun Street we got just over there ahead of me was something called Watery Lane, I believe. Bescott Street is just ahead of me there. We got this big, rather large building which was a supermarket, but it's all shuttered. And we'll just take a little further and see what other little shops we've got up there. Yeah, we've got another jeweller shop. We've got a second jeweller shop along here. Dream Hair and Beauty. Doesn't look, it's got open, so, well, it doesn't look, it looks all in darkness. The Walsall Learning Centre. And we've got some signage up there. This is the Wilton Grove Terrace here, and it was constructed in 1887. So got some age in those. This is the Countess Street. I mentioned these earlier, where you've got many of the streets are named given royal titles. And we've got the pharmacy. And we've also got the fish and chip shop. Good to see there's a fish and chip shop just there, and would you believe it, just over the other side there's another fish and chip shop. That one's Khan's Pizza and Kebab House. Which one's best? If anybody lives around here who's watching this, can you tell me what's the best? Is it Pearl Fish Bar or is it Khan's Fish Bar? Hey? Next to that is a, what's that called? Big Bite. I would presume that was meat. That might be open in the evening. This one also sells pizza, this one. The bus that comes up here is the number 45. It's Rutter Street up there. Just show you here, this is called FB Supermarket, and it's been serving the community here since 1993. And what do they sell? Fruit and veg. Being a convenience store, I suspect there's a bit more in there than just fruit and veg. One of the things also, I probably haven't been up and down the streets of these main ones, but there's always complained about the amount of litter in Palfrey. It does look as though it's cleaned up if that was the case, because it's not caught my eye anyway. I'll just show you here in Earl Street. You can tell that used to be a shop there, didn't it? And this one's called the Bangla General Store here. You can see they've got some age in this one, next to the Bangla General Store. I'll just going back on myself now, because my car is parked down Bescott Street, which is just up here on the left. But if you carried on down Milton Street, you'd come to what used to be a pub called the Sir Charles Napier. I think it was named after an admiral who fought in the Napoleonic Wars. It was 1857 when it was built, but it was an Ansell's pub, and it was 2017, I believe, when it stopped trading. Now that's what I understand, but because I haven't been down there, somebody might tell me it's still trading. Well, this is it seems fairly quiet when you compare it with, say, with the Carmel area. I'm going to go down Bescott Street now and end where I began. So what we got up this particular road, then we've got the Palfrey garage. It's not to be. It's there was an odd factory here and there in Palfrey, but there was nothing major industrially around here. There may have been some. There was some works near Whitehall Lane. There might have been some works near King Street, but other than that, can't be said it was very. There's not much in. There was never anything industrially going on in this area. Got some notices along here that saying this is parking for residents. I'm not sure they can enforce that. Doesn't look very official, does it? These plastic signs. I think they maybe put them up the south. It doesn't look as though. It doesn't appear to be their council issued. No, I don't think that can be enforced. So as we're coming off Milton Street, and I'll just pan you back down here. Where I am, Bescott Street. Now the corner of Bescott Street and Milton Street, just down there, that was again more working girl red light activity there. Now Walsall has had a problem with working girls now for many years. Right, we didn't take too long to have a walk around some of the main areas of Palfrey, the areas where a lot of the house building began in 1853. We still see a proliferation of very old terrace properties along Cobden Street and Milton Street in particular, but there's a lot of other streets that are also still have a lot of these properties. But you can see dotted around there's lots of contemporary properties now, making the area a mix of all types of houses, apartments, old terrace properties, that kind of mix. But as far as the area is concerned, one of the things that said was it was very littered, full of rubbish around, but unless I've gone down the wrong streets, I've never found any. It seems, seems fairly clean and tidy to me. Anyway, it's all about perception sometimes. But anyway, we leave it at that. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and also hit subscribe and hit the notification bell for new videos. And I'll see you on the next one.